Kowloon generic romance, void for review. What must she be thinking and feeling after learning that she's based on someone else? Dr. Hebinuma, musing about Toriko Kojirai. Kowloon Wall City. At the start of Volume 4, we join Kudo playing mahjong with a cheerful group of old men who have befriended him, watched over by Kujirai, but this is a flashback back to Kudo's past and the smiling, supremely self-confident Kujirai is not the only one we know how now. Cut to Hong Kong and Dr. Hebinoma sharing drinks with his lover Gwen. Gwen does slip that he's spoken to Kujirai in Kowloon, which doesn't please Hebinoma at all, but it's when he mentions that Kujirai was exactly the same, right down to the mole beneath her left eye. Hebinoma reacts with considerable surprise saying, "Clones don't replicate moles." Flash forward to our Kujirai telling her friend Mao Mai that it seems that Kujirai B has passed away, and Mao Mai freaking out. How can Kujirai appear to live in the apartment of a dead person? The conversation eventually moves on to Kujirai's determination to become her absolute self, and then to Mao Mai's new learning earrings made from cubic zirconia to look like diamonds. Don't forget there are also people like me, she tells Reiko, who is admiring them, people who can feel a genuine shine in the fake sparkles. The narrative returns to the mahjong players to the end, in clever framing by Jun Mayuzuki, as the game is missing one player, Mr. Chan. Kujirai, who is watching, has no clue as to how to play, unlike her earlier self, so can help out. And where's Mr. Chan? With Dr. Hebinoma, it turns out, but why? Something distinctly nefarious is going on. This fourth volume of Kowloon generic romance is filled with hints and clues that might be red herrings as to what is really going on in the Kowloon and where Riko Kujirai, Kudo and Maomai are living, and what Dr. Hebinoma and his clinic might have been dabbling in, but tantalizingly, it poses more questions than it provides answers. In the meantime, it's impossible not to grow more attached to the cast of bewildered characters. Even to the smiling, fork-tongued Doctor Who conceals many secrets of his own. A fascinating theme that runs through these chapters is that of identity and authenticity. On the field trip to Kowloon with Dr. Hebinoma, Gwen goes in search of a little cat shelter he constructed at the back of the bar where he worked, and not finding it, tells the doctor bluntly, "This isn't the Kowloon I know," which reignites his concern that Hebinoma might bet his other self and fall for him instead. And these questions that keep resurfacing are a part of what makes these manga such a compelling read. Not many series manage to combine science fiction themes such as cloning, doppelgangers, and time travel with philosophical concepts of the exploration of self and identity. None of these will work without Jun Mayuzuki's storytelling skills and her characters. From Maomai, who's utterly reinvented herself during plastic surgery, although we don't yet know why, it is leaving her best friend to a worldly insouciant Kudo, who is concealing. We can only guess at what sadness or guilt beneath his gently exterior. The terrifying confession he makes to Kujirai at the end of chapter 34 is not at all what it seems to be, say chapter 35, but would believe it, because the kind of makes sense in context. This vital conversation is playing out mostly as close-up, intercut with the conversation taking place elsewhere between Hebinoma and Gwen. It's brilliant sleight of hand, but the mangaka makes them need to read in volume 5, due in October from Young Press, all the more pressing. Meanwhile, the current character is still Kowloon Wall City, in all its versions. The one currently inhabited by Kujirai, Maomai Kudo, is as vividly presented as before with its bustling streets and narrow alleyways. And how many other manga have nearly a whole chapter told from a goldfish's point of view? Say chapter 33 for many watery panels. As before, the translation for Young Press's edition of Kowloon generic romance is expertly handled by Amanda Halley with a short page of translation notes, and the translation is well lettered by Abigail Blackman. There are 2 pages of super meta Kowloon generic romance, at the end of which the mangaka offers some interesting and amusing insights into her thought processes. The color plate at the front carries on the lilac pink theme from the cover with a portrait of smiling Kujirai. But which one? The series retains its mature rating, but again, there's nothing that, to my eyes anyway, truly merits it. The relationship between Gwen and Dr. Hebinoma is the most unusual aspects of this volume, but many manga with relationships are published in the US with older teen ratings. Perhaps there are more explicit scenes to come in the subsequent volumes that it was thought best to keep the age rating consistent throughout. Above all, if you're hooked by this addictive and many-layered manga, as I am, this is a volume you really want to miss. A review copy from Young Press was supplied by Diamond Book Distributors UK, 9 out of 10.